Hi, thanks for joining me. Tonight we are going to do my favorite bedtime stretches with a prop. So if you have a foam roller, go ahead and grab it and we'll get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the foam roller and place it long ways on our mat. Sit our hip in front of us and start to roll our spine down onto the mat. And we can shoulder walk our way up so that the tail end of our spine and our head are fully on the foam roller. And then our feet can be wider than our hips for stability. I prefer my knees bent. I don't like them straight. If that's something you want to play with, you can, but I prefer them bent. So first thing I do is I bring my arms up over my chest, palms face each other. And I start to reach my arms overhead, turn my palms out as I draw my arms down towards my hips. And I inhale as I come up. Exhale as I turn my palms down. Just moving nice and slow, keeping those arms long as I move through this range of motion. We'll do 3 more. And 1 more. Coming back through to center. Now we go the other way. So we go down towards our hips. Palms stay down, so facing our hips. And then we turn our palms towards each other as we come back to center. So again, palms face each other as we lower towards our hips. Palms still face our hips, and then we turn them in towards each other. So keeping our arms straight. Inhaling and exhaling as we move through this full range of motion. We'll go for 2 more here. And 1 more. Reach up and back. Great. So then we're just going to take about 30 seconds here, opening up our back. So my arms come to a T, my palms face up, and we'll just breathe here for about 30 seconds. And then I can turn my palms down and I start to scoop myself up the block until my head hangs off. So this round part will be right underneath the round part of my head. Arms are long, palms face down, and I just start to rotate or move my head to the left, and then I move my head to the right. And it should feel like a gentle massage going side to side. Just taking your time, and you should feel a nice stretch for your neck on either side. We'll go 3 more times, moving slowly, inhaling and exhaling. Last time each way. And then come back to center. Now we'll hold it to each side for 30 seconds. So drop your chin to your right shoulder. And you can even start to actively reach your arms away from your shoulders, so pressing them down towards your toes. And you might get a deeper stretch in your shoulders there, or your neck. And then to the other side, again, holding it for 30 seconds. And then we're going to come off of the foam roller. So I like to plant my right hand. You can turn your palm up to the ceiling, drop your shoulder, drop your hip, and then press yourself up Now we'll turn the foam roller the other way. So we're going to work through 3 points on our back. So we're going to start slightly higher than our hip. So if my hip bone is here, it's about 2 inches above that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to bring our arms across our chest, so cross them, and we're going to start to open them as we lower ourselves down. And then come back up. Only go as far as your body allows. It's okay if it's not a large range of motion. You can reach your arms long. Take it a stretch and then come back to center. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, release. And then exhale, come back up 1 more time. And come back up. And then we scooch up about 2 inches. So we're about 1 inch underneath our shoulder blades, maybe ½ an inch under the shoulder blades. And same thing. Open up those arms and back to center. And then now all the way to the top. So there's about 1 inch of space left to the shoulder. And then from here we open and we come back to center. Inhale and exhale. And back to center. Now what we do is we go down so that we're right on the bottom of our shoulder blade. This is where it feels most comfortable for me to hold this stretch. So then with that, I start to, you can interlace your hands and place them behind your head. I sometimes do this if my head doesn't reach the ground. So then I'll slowly lower myself. And this way I can just let my head become heavy in my arms. If I am able to touch the ground, I drop my head and I reach my arms out in a wide Y as my palms face up. This should give you a nice stretch in your upper back and in your chest as well. We'll hold it here for 30 seconds. Bring your hands back across your chest, press yourself up. So now we're gonna bring ourselves up to a seated position, and this foam roller is gonna come to our right hip. We're then gonna roll onto our right hip. Our arm is at a T, and our left leg is gonna fall over it. And our left leg is over the foam. Our left arm is long behind us, and our gaze is at that left arm. So we're coming into a supported twist here. This right arm can help keep that knee in place, and then the right leg just is right lined up behind the foam roller. And we can untwist back to center. So now we take that foam roller to our other side. It sits right next to our hip. That left leg is right behind the foam roller. We roll onto our left hip. That right leg rests on, in a bent knee position, on the foam roller. Right arm is long behind me. I actively press my shoulder to the mat, and my left hand can help guide this knee a little bit closer to the ground. And then we can come onto that left side, press ourselves up, and then grab this foam roller and place it widthways again, and come onto your knees. Open up your knees wide, big toes touch, and then sit your hips back. Next, we're gonna drop our back of our elbow to the foam roller, and we're gonna let it fall away from us as we press our forehead in front of the foam roller. So this foam roller is away from us, so much so that our head can be behind it. And we should open up our shoulders here. So we're going to move first. So we're going to straighten those arms with our palms together. And then we're going to bend those arms, trying to touch the back of our neck. And we're going to extend and bend 3 more times. We extend and bend 2 more times. And now we hold it. So press that foam roller away from you a bit more if you can with your elbows, and then drop your hands behind your head in prayer pose and breathe. And straighten your arms, pardon me, and let go, starting to place yourself on that foam roller. And then we're going to remove that foam roller all the way to the top of the mat, and we're going to start to straighten out our legs, coming onto our belly. So this is our last move here. My legs are about shoulder distance apart, hip distance apart, pardon me, and my feet are flat on the ground. I roll this foam roller away, and I rest my wrists on the foam roller. My ears are in between my arms, and my nose touches the mat. So I have a nice long neck. From here, I inhale, and on my exhale, I start to roll the foam roller towards me so it ends up in the palms of my hand. And so I get some stretch through my spine, as well as through my abdominals. And then I come back to that starting position where my nose is hovering off the mat, my ears are in between my arms. Inhale, I bring myself up. And you only go as far as you can for your range of motion. We'll do that one more time. Press up, holding it here just for 2 breaths. In 1 breath. And then the real stretch I find is when you roll this away from you and you have your arms active and your forehead rests on the mat, and you'll get a nice shoulder stretch here. And you can even start to bring that foam roller so that your wrists are on the foam roller, and that will give you a lot more of a stretch. And just actively reach your arms as your forehead touches the mat here. We can bring our hands by our head, press ourselves up, come to a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Those are my favorite moves that I do, exercises that I do on the foam roller. They help keep me open, and especially my shoulders and my back and my chest. I think it's great for them. So I hope you too have found some flexibility with those and some openness with them. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please hit like and please subscribe. Thanks so much. I'll see you again soon.